everyone. I'm Herb Abrams, and welcome to another night of the Fury Hour on Sports Channel America. Before Craig DeGeorge and Bruno Sammartino take over, I'd like to thank all of you who were in attendance at last night's beach brawl and all of you watching on pay-per-view. It was a fabulous evening of the unexpected, and we appreciate the great involvement from all you UWF fans. Tonight, we'll have yet another Dynamite card scheduled for the Fury Hour. So let's take a look at who's in the squared circle.
All right, Herb Abrams starting off tonight's Fury Hour is another look at the Israeli heavyweight champion, 6'7" Joshua Bengorian. The mean and powerful Long Island Identicals, the Power Twins, and their manager, John the Golden Greek Tolis. Just off the beach and into the squared circle, it's Steve Ray and Sonny Beach, the duo known as Wet and Wild. Another viewer's question gets answered on Ask the Wrestlers. And a further zany excursion into the mind of Captain Lou Albano in Captain Lou's Corner.
Hello out there, wrestling fans. This is Captain Lou Albano telling you to call me and talk to me live every Thursday evening from 6 to 7 Eastern Time. Remember, it's the Captain Lou Albano Wrestling Celebrity Hotline at 1-900-LOU-FOR-YOU. For all the latest in wrestling news and your favorite celebrity talk, I want you to call Captain Lou. Remember that number, 1-900-LOU-FOR-YOU. That's every Thursday night from 6 to 7 Eastern Time.
He is Joshua Bengorian.
Craig DeGeorge back with the living legend, Bruno Sammartino, as we get set for this man, Joshua Bengorian. Bruno, I understand, has been working on deciphering what exactly is on the back of that jacket. Have you come up with anything, Bruno? What does that say?
I don't know what it says, if you want to. You know what? I really did. I meant to ask him.
I know you did.
But I just didn't get a chance. There were so many people around him. News people were interviewing him and so forth and on, and I just didn't want to. And then it was showtime, you know, and I just never got to talk to him.
All right. Well, you are on
we'll
assignment.
Find out.
You are on assignment. And you don't have to be Mike Wallace to get the answer, I'm sure of that.
That's right. But now Joshua Bengorian against Calhoun. This is going to be some interesting match. Two big men.
So you got 750 pounds in the ring. By the way, I want to just say that
two true giants, and I'll tell you, I'm looking. I want to see here who's going to overpower who here. Whoa!
Calhoun going to work right away on Josh Bengorian.
Catch him with a front face lock and a big
right hand.
To his back. Well,
Calhoun, boy, do they come any bigger?
I think the problem is Joshua is such a gentleman that he comes in that ring with all the positive intention of his opponent. I guess he hasn't been here long enough to see that some of these guys, they don't pay attention to rules or anything. And I think the sooner he learns that, the better off he's going to be, because look at this. He's taking a pretty good beating. Now, he's a big guy. He's a giant, and maybe can take an awful lot of punishment, but that's not the way to establish yourself if you're going to be on the receiving end all the time.
Not at all. Although you kind of maybe want to come in and get a couple of easier matches under your belt, and that has not been the case for Bengorian. Here he is with a 455-pounder. And by the way, while we have a break here, I want to thank Curtis Sliwa, great guy, the head of the Guardian Angels, and has a big talk show on 770 AM.
I really admire and respect people like Curtis, because I do remember when they first started this, and they do in the subways and everywhere. They're making a lot of older people feeling safer about moving about, and little children are more protected. And it takes one heck of an individual and all the other Guardian Angels to be so thoughtful and wonderful, to be so concerned about the elderly and the kids, and I think they're just wonderful. And to me, it was great meeting them.
Calhoun now takes the shot. And look at Bengorian. He may be pumped up a little bit, Bruno.
Well, look, he just leaped up. He just seemed to leap up on that second rope.
Yeah.
And now let's see. He's going to come down with. Let's see what he's going to do.
Calhoun doesn't know where he is.
Calhoun don't know where he's at.
There he is.
Nice looking at him.
Hello.
Whoa. Again, he delivered.
He got him.
He got him. He won. Unbelievable.
Bruno, he got a flying clothesline, and it just connected with Calhoun, who had no idea.
What did you call it, the flying clothesline? I thought he had a different name for it.
The Israeli Air Force bomber, yes.
Hey everybody, if you didn't get a chance to catch the exciting beach brawl on pay-per-view this past week, Sports Channel America will show all of the matches in their entirety over the next few weeks. There'll be squared circle panel discussions with all the wrestlers from the beach brawl card, plus other exciting surprises. So make sure you tune in to the Fury Hour over the next few weeks to see what happened at the explosive beach brawl in Palmetto, Florida. More Fury Hour coming up in a moment.
Michaels and Tom Brandi.
All right, tag team action here on the Fury Hour this week. Universal Wrestling Federation, Craig DeGeorge with the living legend Bruno Sammartino. And it's Tom Brandi and Chris Michaels against Captain Bad and the Beast.
Captain Bad and...
Captain Bad and the Beast.
The Beast.
Yes.
Yes, I know it's Captain Bad and the Beast.
Take a look at Michaels waving that big American flag as well, Bruno.
Yes. And look at Mr. Brandi there. How do you like that flashy outfit, huh?
He's a very impressive wrestler.
He's a good-looking athlete. He's got a terrific. We can see he's in very good shape. He's got a terrific physique. And Michaels is, as we've seen in the past, he's very good.
Yeah. What was that noise though? Was that from the Beast or Captain Bad?
Why? Did you think it was a beastly noise?
Sounded like a lion loose here at the Hotel Pennsylvania. All right, ready to do battle here. We have a lot of action for you this week on the Fury Hour. A lot of action coming your way. Glad you joined us once again on the Fury Hour here on Sports Channel America.
Brandi's doing a number. Captain Bad and reversal, glips up, nice maneuver. Arm drag, it was hip toss.
Hip toss, Bruno.
Nice. Oh, that was a little different of a.
And another one.
Nice arm drags.
Great variation, I guess, a reverse arm drag.
I like that. I like to see when a good-looking athlete like Brandi does. You look at this.
He's got him twisted up, and he's going to go to work on him with the right hand.
The punch is driving back, and the way he's hooked in those ropes, it's bringing him back in.
The old seesaw maneuver.
Now you're going to see a vertical suplex here.
You're
Boom,
right.
There it is.
And he wasn't vertical too long, but he's now in that prone position, and the early took him down.
You know, I like this Brandi. This guy's got a future. There's no question about it. He's a young fella. He's not had a whole lot of experience, but you could just see it. It's there. It's there, and as time goes, gets a little more experience. This guy's he's gonna be a star in the wrestling world.
Oh! The Beast came from behind and knocked down Corporal Chris Michaels. Now Michaels could be in trouble here. Has him in a suplex and takes him down. And, well, where's the referee? Looked like he almost had him for 3 counts. Ref a little slow. Oh! And the tag in.
One thing we've seen about this Michaels in the past, he's not the biggest guy in the world. Great shape, but we've seen him take some tremendous punishment from some much bigger men, and yet he always comes back. Of course, he's in great shape, and that's one of the secrets, but the question is, how much can you keep taking that kind of pounding and continue on? You know, as the years go by, that'll certainly take its toll.
Michaels ducks under there, and he's in trouble. Beautiful. Beautiful maneuver by Captain Bad. And you talk about the punishment adding up, Bruno. It's got to be taking its toll at this point.
Absolutely.
I mean, no question about it.
You know, to his credit, the fact that he can absorb this and keep coming back, but you don't want to absorb that kind of punishment. You know, you don't want to be so much on the receiving end. Nice, that was a good backdrop. But headlock. Let's see what he's going to do with this.
Well, if he can put a couple of moves together here, he might be able to get back in the match.
One thing to do is pull him away from his corner. Whoa, suplex.
Ooh.
That's the danger of a headlock. When you get a headlock, and if you don't do something with it immediately, you're in danger of that. And that's exactly what he did. He got suplex, and he was dropped right in the back of his shoulders and neck.
Yeah, that was a great reverse suplex. These guys have been working well together. Captain Bad and the Beast. Oh! They went downstairs to the midsection, and somersaulting was Corporal Chris Michael. And the Corporal has been unable to put up a big attack here. He's body slammed. They tag in.
And here comes the Beast. Whoa! A gigantic move. Wow!
And the leg drop. I'll tell you what, Bruno, he could probably finish him off right now, but he does not elect to do so.
Yeah, but right now he's been stupid, to be perfectly frank. When he's got this man hurt, and look at him, he's dancing around, stood behind him, giving the man a chance to recoup. And fought, well, a cheap shot like that, breaking him across the ice. But you don't do that. You got your man hurt, you go for the finish.
Should have put him away right there. Because sometimes, oh boy, you heard that. His head just clocked against the turnbuckle. Sometimes, Bruno, even though things are going well, you don't get the second chance later on.
Absolutely. Now look at the referees, not even getting involved. There's a double suplex. There's only one guy supposed to be in there. He just allowed them to do that, and without any effort of saying
Oh,
anything.
he took a shot at Brandi, and Brandi's trying to get in, but he can't. Referee gets in his way. Back to the action. Michaels into the ropes, takes another double clothesline. That one did not land quite as well as some of the other moves, but still did some damage. Power slams him down. That might be it. 1, 2, no. Boy, how did Michaels kick out?
Well, again, as we've said about Michaels, you know, this guy can certainly take an awful lot. Can take an awful lot of punishment, and just when you think that that's it, you know, he's had it, and he's going to be healthy, kicks out. Look at that. He's a tough kid, tough kid.
He's got to somehow, Bruno, trying to get over to Brandi and get Brandi in there. That is easier said than done.
Easier said than done because these two guys are keeping him close to their corner.
Oh!
What do you call that? That wasn't a drop kick.
He tried to drop kick him.
He came sideways with both of his legs against his chest. I don't know what you call that.
That's the old knee kick. The old knee kick.
Knee kick.
Tags in. Both Bad and the Beast continue to work on Corporal Chris Michaels. They dive into him with flying shoulders.
The Beast and Bad here, they look like they maybe have teamed up in the past because they're working pretty well together.
Oh boy, he was able to tag in Brandi, and Brandi's been dying to get in there. And there he goes to work.
That's it. Come on now, you got to do both of them.
Oh, body slam, that one hurt. That one hurt. Another body slam. Reversal, and Brandi, for some reason, tags out. Oh, that's why. He's holding him up there. There comes Michaels. Drop kicks him from the top rope.
What a drop kick. Did you see that from the top rope that Michaels came in with a flying drop kick, and of course it's sufficient for the pin. But the trouble with that is when he drop kicked the Beast, he took a heck of a blow himself as he came crashing down on his shoulder.
For the winners, Chris Michaels and Tom Brandi.
You know, Bruno, you get the feeling that Brandi and Michaels sort of stole that one. They were really, at least Michaels was dominated throughout the match, but somehow he found enough to get over to Brandi. And once he got Tom back into the match.
Yes, sir, wrestling fans, you're talking to the big old fat man with the rubber band, Captain Lou Albano, baby. We're talking about a boxer versus a wrestler. We all know that Lou Duva, who handles Evander Holyfield, Vinny Pacienza, Melvick Taylor, and all them guys is my cousin. That's right, he's my first cousin. And we have sat many a time at ringside, and Lou made a statement. He said, Captain Lou, call me Captain Lou. They always call me Captain. He said, Captain Lou, do you feel, baby, that a boxer can beat a wrestler or a wrestler can beat a boxer? I said, Louie, let's not be foolish, brother. You'd have to take 3 of your best heavyweight boxers and put him up against a wrestler. A wrestler will get right down boogie and leg dive him, baby. He'll suplex him from his knees. He'll chicken wing with a step over toe. But you cannot beat a good wrestler because wrestlers are bigger, stronger, more powerful. However, we do respect the fact that a boxer may catch a wrestler and could knock him out. Very controversial. However, baby, I'm going going to put my eggs in one basket. I am definitely going with the professional wrestler. Woo! I feel good, baby. I'm Captain Lou. I may be a little soft, but I'm talking to you. Woo!
Hey, Captain Lou stating his case. Now another edition of Ask the Wrestlers and a chance for a viewer to win a free UWF t-shirt and cap. Douglas Hill wanted to know why Colonel De Beers wears an eye patch, and wouldn't he see better without it?
Listen, Douglas, have you ever seen a handicapped man before? I'm blind in this eye. That's why I wear the patch, so it wouldn't matter if I wore the patch or went without the patch. I'm still disabled, but you gotta admit, still one of the toughest professional wrestlers around today.
And blind in the brain, I think. If you want to join the fun of Ask the Wrestlers, just send a postcard with your question, name, and address to Ask the Wrestlers, 702 Washington Street, Marina Del Rey, California, 90292. And possibly a free UWF t-shirt and cap will be on its way to you.
Here they are, Steve the Royal Thing Ray and Sonny Beach, Wet and Wild.
Here they come, Wet and Wild once again. Bruno Sammartino taking on a couple of opponents we will get to in a moment. And you see the surfboard looks to be in good condition. Boy, that has been a busy surfboard, has it not, over the past weeks?
Yes, indeed.
I'm not talking about over the waves, where you normally was.
Yeah, Steve Ray has had a couple of weeks, really. Sonny Beach, he took a pretty good beating last week as well. So they're both back, and they seem all right. And they got a couple of pretty big opponents there.
And I think the other point, Bruno, that comes to mind these days in the UWF is all the competition in the tag team. You got the Bees now. Of course, you always had the Power Twins. You've got some new names.
Yes, indeed.
You saw Captain Bad and the Bees. They could be certainly potential champions. And now you got Wet and Wild.
Wet and Wild.
And of course, how could we possibly leave out Cash Jackson and Hog Calhoun?
That's right. Calhoun.
We'll get a look, by the way, at Hog Calhoun later. And I understand he has trimmed down to 450.
This Donahue kid is a pretty, good-looking athlete. He's big. Huh?
Well, there's the looking at some of the lively crowd on hand
Yes.
here at the Hotel Pennsylvania.
Oh, certainly very responsive, very lively crowd. They look like they're having a wonderful time, this audience.
Indeed. All right, here's Donahue. That is Donahue, right?
Yes. Just
immediately taking a suplex.
There's a wrestling fan that I've known for years. He's in that audience. His name is Frank Diaz, and he's absolutely going out of his mind. He's so enthused about the show tonight. Oh, yes.
He's probably one of the fans you see taking pictures.
Oh, there he is with his movie camera. Really having a good time. Great.
Good reverse takedown by Sonny Beach. Trying to lateral press him, but he didn't have it. And here comes the Wild Thing.
You know, this Sonny Beach is from about maybe a year or so ago. I see great improvement in him just from that. Now, he certainly has come a long way. And Steve Ray, of course, we've said, week after week that, for a youngster who really hasn't been there too long, he certainly is an exciting guy to watch. And together, they really gel well. You need to look at these two guys. You think that they've been a team for years, where, in fact, they are relatively new.
Yeah.
So, so figure if they stay as a team. Ooh, what a kick right to the chin.
Good drop kick.
If they stay together, let's say a year from now, they could very well be one of the best teams in wrestling.
Is there a certain amount of time you think where they have to work together, where you can't expect the success until you do it, let's say, for a year and a half together?
Well, everybody's different. I've seen people who, once they're together, they never gel. They're just two completely different individuals. They never get together. And you've seen other people who, after being together several times, you think that they've been together a long time. So they're, from these two, just from the little time, nice maneuver, the little times that we've seen them together, I'd say that they really gel well, because they do work very, very well as a team. And so far, they've been very successful as a team. So who knows, a year from now, they might be one of the unbeatable teams.
We're going to save the tape, and we'll see.
That's right. Time will tell.
Meanwhile, the Messenger is taking a pretty good beating in here, courtesy of the Wild thing, and perhaps now courtesy of Sunny Beach.
What are you suggesting? That the Messenger instead is getting a message?
Yes. You know, they say blame the Messenger.
Yes. He's a big fella, though, isn't he, this Messenger? Right now, he's about to get suplexed. Oh,
yes.
Not a very high one, though.
No. There's some bad news, and they're blaming the Messenger. And the bad news probably is his opponents are wet and wild. Lateral press, no, not enough. Well, if you want to throw a paper plane message into the Messenger, it would have to say, get Donahue back in there.
Get Donahue.
Get Donahue back in there.
That's right.
Brian Donahue has been watching the Messenger get creamed here.
Is he going to do what I think now? If he puts his knee behind his head and drives the...
Oh!
That should be a finish right there. He should be able to take it from here. Because he came really crashing down.
And add insult to injury, tagged in. Now he's going to throw the Wild thing up on him. And he crunches down, and that will do it. That's it.
All right.
The party is over for the Messenger and Donahue.
You know, Sonny Beach had his arms fully extended in a press position when he threw him on top of the Messenger. So he really came.
Ladies and gentlemen, children, boys and girls, people of all ages, I got to say, Captain Lou Albano, for all my 40 years in the world of professional wrestling, this was without a doubt one of the greatest events of all time. The pay-per-view event right down there in Florida, baby. We got a new champion. That's right, it's Steve Williams, Dr. Death. But this man came very close, and may I stress, very close to winning that belt. Go ahead, Bam Bam.
You know, Steve Williams, every dog has its day, and I am not going to stop here now or in the future. That UWF title, Lou, is mine. It's going to be mine, and I want it real bad.
What we're trying to say, Dr. Death, or what the man is trying to say, we realize you're a great wrestler. We realize now you're a champion with that big gold, silver, gold, diamond belt. But this man is on your heels, baby. Right. This man feels he can do it, and with just a little extra energy, maybe he can. It's gonna be great to see. Tell him, man, man.
It ain't stopping here, Williams. It's going on.
Woo!
All right, to spice up tonight's card, let's go back several months to a UWF Goldie, the 10-man Lumberjack match featuring Steve, Dr. Death Williams, and Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff.
My apologies. This is Mr. Orndorff. There they go. Orndorff and Williams.
Well, you knew this was coming. You knew that as soon as the second guy came in the ring, they were going to go after each other, and there they go.
Orndorff headbutted by Steve, Dr. Death Williams. The last time these two guys went in the ring, they could barely walk out of it. They were both bloodied and both nearly crippled their way back to the dressing room. They were... Both suffered injuries in the match, and you may recall last week, Williams had a bruise over his right eye that was opened up, and we didn't think he was hit very hard, so we'll see if that is still healing.
Well, I would be very surprised if that wound does not open up again, because keep in mind that was just last week. You know, a week doesn't close a gash, okay? And the fact that he's going to be taking these blows as he's taken so far with a guy like Orndorff, I'd bet most anything that wound will reopen and you're going to see blood on Williams' head.
It's a foot to the midsection. He just took a shot on the turnbuckle that is the type of blow that could easily cut open that eye. Boy, these two guys have been waiting a long time for this one. The Lumberjacks outside the ring, by the way. Power Twins, Don Morocco, Chris Michaels, Cactus Jack, Steve Ray, Sonny Beach, the Ace, Cowboy Bob Orton, but Carmine Albano.
But you know, Craig, the objective here is that one of these guys get thrown out of the ring. People cannot be partial out there. They got to throw him back in the ring, regardless who it is. And often what happens here, this favoritism will take place.
See, Orndorff came out to the side of Cactus Jack. Everything. No.
Now look
wait a
at
minute.
this.
They're doing this. They're giving him the business over there.
Well, they're giving him the business. They're rough with him, and okay, throw him back in.
A little bit. Look at Borton. He's saying, yeah, I got a couple of shots here.
You know, their job is anybody who comes out to just get him back in the ring, and that's it. And you'll see as the match progresses that there are some of these people out there, if it's the guy that they get along with, then they'll take care of him, you know, and maybe encourage him or not rush him to get back in the ring. And that shouldn't happen, you know.
Have you heard of any side deals before the match set up? Does that happen? Dr. Death talking to a, let's say Bob Orton, for example?
Hey, listen.
Some money under the table?
Who knows?
All right, here's Dr. Death. So let's see, the Power Twins are on him. Morocco trying to get over there. Who else is there? It's Brandi to get him back in. And
well, Morocco rushed over to get him in because the Power Twins were taking a good old time. You know, they weren't in such a hurry to throw Williams back in.
This match is really made for both of these guys. And I say that because of their terrific shape. Because most matches, if you do go outside the ring, you can take your time up to 10 seconds at least and get your breath at least before you get back in. This kind of match, oh, you see the excruciating hold there. You never had a chance to get your breath. You're thrown right back into the action.
Right. It's just about anything and everything goes. I mean, you have a referee in there, but he's not going to break any holds or anything, things like that. So it's go, and it's usually, you very seldom in a lumberjack match see what I'd call a wrestling match. You will not see really wrestling holds being applied because this is a brawl. This is where two guys are really out to do each other, and you're going to see a lot of vicious blows, kicks, punches, buckles, over the top rope, all sorts of violent moves like that.
If you had to pick a side to go out from our broadcast position in the camera location, to the right side of Morocco is where he would want, or rather Orton is where he would want to go out, and Williams would want to go out to that left corner because you see Cactus Jack and
right.
Orton and the Power Twins to the left, and to the right it is Brandi, Sunny Beach, Wild Thing Ray, and Morocco.
I've seen some lumberjack. I've been involved in quite a few lumberjacks matches myself throughout my career, but I've seen sometimes where a guy who will have probably made a deal with some of his friends because if he gets tired, he's getting the worst of it, he himself will go out toward where these people are because he knows that they're going to protect him a little bit, and if some of the other guys come around, they'll block him out just to give him a little rest to recoup. So you see a lot of stuff going on that shouldn't be going on. I'm not saying that we've seen any of it here so far. We really haven't. But as they say, the match is still young, so we'll see.
All right, a good look at some of the Lumberjacks looking on here as Williams applying the pressure to the ankle of Mr. Wonderful. And now a good effective boot to the thigh. You see Orton and Jack, they look like two kids trying to get into a game. Now, they don't look like they're going to be too happy sitting down. And there's a great kick as Orton was down, and they throw Williams right back into it.
You see how quickly they threw him in because he went out where Morocco was and immediately saw the beach, and Steve Ray came running. Now, I assure you, if Williams had gone out over the other side with the Power Twins and Cactus Jack, they'd still be out there.
That was some impressive move by Orndorff, lying in that prone position to fire up a kick and knock out big Steve Williams. Close-up, looks like nothing is opened up yet. Williams taken down. Ooh. Good leg stretch. Orndorff is a good tactician, isn't he?
Yeah, what's he going for? A figure four leg lock here?
Tried to, but he ended up taking a boot right to the face. And that'll give Williams time to get out of the middle of the fracas. Williams coming with the charge, the Oklahoma Stampede, and he knocks down the ace.
When Williams delivers that tackle, I mean, he really, you know, he knows how to use his weight. What's he going to go for here? Backbreaker.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a pile driver. Now it's a backbreaker on Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful.
This used to be my favorite submission hold, especially throughout the 60s and 70s. I always used to use this as a finishing hold. Really? Devastating move.
You don't see it very often, though, do you?
No, not anymore. I very seldom see it.
Good backdrop by Orndorff. Lumberjacks, 10 of them around the ring. There's Chris Michaels, Cactus Jack. Orndorff into the corner. Here comes Dr. Death. Gets out of the way. He may have cracked his head against that steel pipe.
I don't think he hit it with his head. I think his shoulder hit that turnbuckle there. I don't think he hit it with his head, because if he had, I think it'd be on that mat yet.
He is reaching toward his eyebrow, and let's see. Yes, it's cut open. Yes, sir, Bruno.
So far, you'd have to say that the match is really going back and forth. You know, it seems like Orndorff's got the advantage. Looks like he's really got things under control, and then boom, here comes Williams. And then the same thing. Williams really gets things under control, and boom, here comes Paul. I mean, it's just been going back and forth like that since the match first started. Here's Orndorff going over that top rope. Now, if you can let a massive blow from up there, like a...
He comes down with the elbow drop.
Well, I thought he was going to try. Oh, if he gets a pound driver, he's in.
He's trying for it. Look, Cactus Jack making his way into the ring. What's he doing there?
See, now, that's rotten, because if he would have succeeded with that, oh my, the referee gets knocked out.
Yeah, referee got knocked down there. And Orton trying to keep all the other Lumberjacks out. Look at that. Mike was trying to wake up referee.
Now you see what we're seeing here. Look what Orton is doing. He's blocking Orndorff from going out, and Williams is just pounding and pounding away. Referee's unconscious there. Now what happens here?
What happens is Orndorff ends up taking a beating. That's what happens.
Well, I know, but what's a suitcase? Look at this.
Now he's got,
Now, told us through
he's got
that
a suitcase in there.
Oh,
he's going to try and pile drive on the suitcase. He's clotheslined by Morocco.
He was going to try to pile drive on top of that suitcase.
Yes, he was. Now they're trading big rights. Look at Morocco. He thought he was coming here as a Lumberjack. Now he's in the middle of the squared circle. And he's trading rights with Steve. Dr. Death Williams as Mr. Wonderful tries to recoup. Morocco, atomic drops him.
There's
and Orndorff's got the suitcase. Can't use it as a weapon. Now we got a bell.
Now wait a minute, the referee just rang the bell. Now the question is, does he know who knocked him out, or did he see Orndorff with that suitcase?
Well, it sounds a little premature to me. He didn't actually hit him with it, although
well, but it has to be one of those two things. Either he caught Williams hitting him and disqualifying him for that, or he caught Orndorff for that suitcase. But
Steve Williams is disqualified for hitting the referee. The winner, Paul Orndorff.
For hitting the referee, okay.
The UWF Power Line is waiting for your call. 1-900-420-4UWF.
Call me now.
The Power Twins making their way into the ring as the Fury Hour continues here on Sports Channel America. Larry and Dave and Larry. Only I can tell you is it's John Tolas standing behind the Power Twins. I have the pleasure of being joined by the head of the Guardian Angels as we look upon this match. Curtis Sliwa, it's a pleasure to welcome you to Sports Channel America across the nation. I know everybody knows you, and it's nice to have you with us.
Long-time listener and follower of wrestling, and at least we're seeing some good matches tonight. In fact, I'm here with the man who sort of became our icon, our rabbi for the sport, Bruno Sammartino. My grandfather raised me on wrestling many, many years ago, watching Bruno and his exploits against Baron Miguel Cicluna, Cowboy Billy Watts.
Oh, you are a good
Gorilla
fan.
Monsoon. Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm glad you didn't bring your guys in the ring after all the action that's been going on. I know you got your troops with you tonight.
Well, I see some good candidates to become Guardian Angels. If we had these guys out here fighting crime and slime, they'd be having the criminals sucking concrete in no time.
The Power Twins, who are from the Long Island area, to your right on the screen, Soul Train Phillips and Cash Jackson. Did you have a favorite wrestler, Curtis?
Oh, yeah. Favorite wrestler tonight was, well, actually, it was Wet and Wild. The combination, I mean, they showed a lot of tactics, techniques. You know, they went from the various holes and then would slam and jam. It definitely showed a lot of wrestling expertise.
You'll see some wrestling expertise right here as well.
Oh, man, that's good
I wonder
teamwork
if you teach your guys moves like that? Or?
Well, when we catch those guys selling crack to the kids, committing crime, snatching pocketbooks, we triple and quadruple team them. We give them what we call an urban debrasion. Drag them for 2 city blocks and then turn them over to the cops.
That's a tough one. I don't know if the Power Twins know that one. If you're just joining us, I'm Craig Bitter. Oh. Got a little technical problem there. Craig DeGeorge, Curtis Sliwa.
Now, this is a young man from Philadelphia, I understand.
Yes, Soul Train Phillips.
That's right. Soul Train grew up tough part of Philadelphia.
I'll tell you what, he's very well built, Curtis, and I think he's got a fine future here in the UWF.
Definitely. He's got that speed, but looks like he's got to get some experience under his belt.
And you are the man with the answer, so maybe you can settle something Bruno and I have had trouble settling. You have Larry and Dave of the Power Twins. Do you know which one is which?
Beats me. They're both ugly, so it's sort of hard to tell. Ugly Duckling 1 versus Ugly Duckling 2.
I heard Lisa said they were cute.
Well, you know, Lisa likes guys, period. That's part of the reason that I'm here tonight is I thought she'd be here smooching and cooching with Bruno Sammartino. I have to keep an eye on Lisa, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure John Tolis does as well.
Definitely.
Well, Larry or Dave, one of the Power Twins. Oh, there's a good power slam. Is it enough to put him away? No.
He wants to administer more pain.
With a guardian angel-like tactic.
Definitely. Except not to the nice guys like him from Philly, but rather to the criminals.
Of course not.
Boy, can you imagine both these brothers riding the subways of New York City? Oh, man, I can feel that.
Power slam. Soul Train Phillips is really built well, but he's giving up so much weight. Very tough for him to battle against.
He needs some more pretzels and mustard in Philadelphia to compete with these guys.
Man. Power ending right there by Larry and Dave.
Phenomenal teamwork.
This might not be the night for Soul Train Phillips.
You know,
that's it. I hear the bell, but that's it. Big ending. I understand that you have a fine radio show as well in New York City. Fans probably know about it.
Listen, you know, on WABC, on the active mind part of the dial, where you get more talk and more thought. And we were fortunate enough to have the man himself, Bruno Sammartino, live from Pittsburgh. And again, I had to get my wife off that microphone. She was like the Velcro kid, wanting to smooch and cooch Bruno.
I'll tell you, meanwhile, Curtis, the beating continues for Soul Train Phillips here. The Power Twins are victorious. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll tune you in. You can hear it around the country. I know it's a 50,000-watt station.
You know what's great about the UWF, a lot of the other federations, you have cartoon characters. Here, you got guys who look like they learned their moves from Bruno Sammartino.
Well, a lot of people are learning moves from you, too. We applaud you for all your work with the Guardian Angels.
Well, we hope to keep on pumping it and jumping it.
And now, to close out the Fury Hour, another UWF Golden Oldie. From the Fury Hour archives, it's Beat, Ryan Blair, and the pretty Mike Williams.
After a tremendous headbutt she took from Orton a while back. So it's good to see her around and well.
I know B. Brian Blair has been licking his chops, asking, pleading for a shot back, and I understand that in a few weeks he's going to get a crack at Bob Orton.
And looking forward to it because he's extremely bitter over not only Bob Orton, but John Tolis, the manager. The ever evil John Tolis.
B. Brian Blair out of Tampa, Florida. Mike Williams from nearby Elizabeth, New Jersey.
What is Williams complaining about? He seems to be complaining about something to the referee.
I think he's complaining he does not have a referee, and a manager, beg your pardon, and of course, alongside B. Brian Blair is Honey with that very ominous-looking hot shot.
That's a real stinker. This is Jesuit.
Yeah, I think John Tolis is still recovering from the shot he took a couple of weeks back.
But anyways, I said earlier, I'm glad to see her well, that fully recuperated, because for a while she really wasn't doing too well. Ooh.
Irish whip in, and then a
nice hip block.
Great hip block by B. Brian Blair, setting him up, going right to work here. Body slams him down. Coming down with the elbow. Well, he is a man in a mission here.
Yeah, Blair's always in great shape. Yeah, nice shots. Blair always gives his 100%. He's a really guy who's always in tip-top shape. He's always moving in that ring. He's an action guy.
Orton and Tolis had that real tough guy appearance anyhow. Is there a genuine concern on their part? Think about that that hot shot stick that Honey has. And
You think Colas is...
I told you, yes, they're watching this, I'm sure, somewhere.
I think so. I think there's a concern. Well, there should be, because, whoa, look at these rights here. A couple lefts and a right by P. Brian Blair and Mike Williams at the deck. Yeah, I don't know what their thing is all about. I never even grabbed it, evidently. And you can stop with it because that's some kind of beautiful power slam.
Great power slam. That is a textbook power slam. And the atomic drop. Blair has been relentless here.
Oh, she was uninterested. She just kind of jabbed Williams from the back.
What is going on with that? I didn't know he was going to use that against all opponents. This might be that scorpion he has, that combination of the Boston Crab and the figure four, yes. And here it is, there's the bell.
The winner, B. Brian Blair.
UWF, the Universal Wrestling Federation, the pinnacle in sports programming.